Okay, hello, beautiful people of 2017. It is the first day of 2017, and I am testing out my new camera that I got. This is the Akaso EK7000. So it's a beautiful sunny day here. I thought, what a great day to test it out. So I filmed a couple things. I will hopefully post those if they turn out good, and if this turns out good. Just in case, though, I am recording it also on my iPhone, just as a backup here. If this stops shaking, it would be great. So, today being the first day of a new year, people like to talk a lot about resolutions. And this came up a little bit. People ask me, what are you making for your resolution? Truthfully, I don't really make them, or I don't make serious ones, I should say. I make ones like get less parking tickets and, those type of things. 1 year I actually made a resolution. This is when I had first started driving in Toronto. My New Year's resolution was to always go to the bathroom before I leave somewhere. It sounds silly, but you never know in Toronto. The traffic's horrible. Sometimes you end up stuck in traffic for hours. And if you think, oh, I'm just going to run home, I'm 10 minutes away, that doesn't always work out. So I make resolutions like that because I think once a year is not enough for goal setting. Like, I'd like to do this more frequently than once a year. So that aside, New Year's resolutions and people making them did get me thinking a little bit about success and what people deem as being successful and what success means to all of us. And one little side note I'll mention is that with a lot of these videos, I talk about things that happen in my own life. So I talk about situations that may arise or things that just make me think. And that means that often these situations come from people in my life. So if you are one of my friends or if you know me and you've watched one of these videos and you think I'm talking about you, I might be, probably, to be honest, but I will do my best to not call out anybody's name or anything like that. And of course, none of it is negative. I'm not on here bashing anyone by any means. It just certain situations um, make me think, and I think about things and I try to figure it out for myself, and then I just go on here and record that verbal dialogue with you guys. So, success, resolutions, goals, all of these things. This actually stemmed from a conversation I had with a friend that I've known for a very long time. And it was kind of an off the cuff remark. Like something was said to the effect of someone being very intelligent and a very smart person, but he wasn't able to finish university, and how, certain factors were hindering his success. And it's such a shame that they can't be successful, even though they are this bright and gifted. And that made, and I said, but why does that mean they're not successful just because they haven't finished university? And, we agreed to disagree, I guess, about that point. But that just made me think a little bit more and made me think about what each person thinks about success. And typically, many people think about money, right? Like money, or maybe having a good job, or being able to be financially free as being the ultimate goal or the equivalent to success. But there are a lot of other factors. And though we always tend to jump to that as the first thing, it's actually impossible to know if someone is successful without knowing how they define success. So I think I heard it wasn't actually a joke. Someone was just talking about Elon Musk, and they said, do you consider Elon Musk successful? And most people, of course, would say 100%. They wouldn't even think before they reacted and said the answer. But this person, being someone very intelligent, and I would say his name, and I just forget. It was in an interview, and I forget who actually said this. So if I remember, I will make mention of it in the comments. But this person said, I don't know. I don't know if he's successful. Via my definition of success, he is, but I don't know his definition of success. So that means I can't tell you if he is successful. Because if Elon Musk's goal was to live in a cabin in the woods and raise 10 dogs, and then he just had to compulsively keep starting businesses and he couldn't help himself, it was almost like a disease, then technically he is not successful, right? So it sounds a little silly, and it sounds like someone, you're just like blowing that out of proportion, but it is true. And there are a lot of facets of being successful. So I would just like to tell you guys, and something that I do for myself, is think about the different areas of your life and think about where you want to set different goals, whether that is in your finances, that's a big one for people. Your health and fitness, another big one, being in shape or looking a certain way, eating a certain way. But there are others, there's your spirituality, your personal development, your relationships, your education. These are all multiple areas that you can set goals in. And one thing I find is that so many people have achieved their definition of success in a lot of these areas. And therefore, they focus on the ones that they have not yet achieved. And they almost idolize some people who have achieved that and think that those people are better than they are, which is completely inaccurate. Because even some of these people that have achieved, the highest level of financial success or corporate success, they have their own company or their whatever they may be doing that you think is the pinnacle of success, maybe they can't even keep a relationship. Maybe they've been divorced 3 times. Their children don't talk to them. They haven't seen their family in 10 years. And these are things that you do and you are really great at and you take for granted, not in the sense of, you don't value these things, but you're not recognizing that you have achieved success in this area. And other people, even people that you are putting above yourself, have not and cannot achieve that level of success yet. And I just want to say, look at those facets of your life and think about where you have achieved, your definition of success and where you are still working. And that's okay. That's okay to have some areas that you want to improve on. Now, the other side of that is just to remember that your definition of success is your definition and it's not necessarily someone else's. So as I mentioned, someone saying someone is not able to maybe finish university, and therefore that person is not successful. Realize that's not a law or a written rule. That is your definition of success. It may not be theirs. Maybe they're very happy with not going to university and whatever they may be doing. Or, I do have another person in my life who has a family. They're married, they have a family, and they have children, and they're very happy in their family. And I myself am not married, and I don't have children yet or anything like that. So I feel like I often get sort of a negative response about that. Like, oh, you can't even, you're not even married yet, and I'm younger than you are. And I'm quite good at brushing it off because I know that I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being single and I'm okay with not having a family yet. And that is okay for me. And though they are projecting their version and their opinion of success on me, saying, well, if I was you and if I was your age, I would be quite upset not yet being married and not yet having children, which is fine. They're allowed to feel that way. But that's not necessarily true for me. There is no overarching rule of success. Yes, a lot of people will say financial or business success is kind of what everyone jumps to. But remember, there are so many other areas. I kind of think of it personally as, my little pillars. And I'll tell you guys, like mine, I think I have 4. I know I have 4. So there is my health and fitness, my relationships, personal and romantic, my personal development, my education, my feeling of growth and contribution, and then, of course, my business and my financial pillars. So those are like the little buckets. And every so often, I kind of take account of where I am in each of those and try to see where I can improve or which ones I don't want to say checked off, but which ones I feel I've achieved a certain level that I can kind of put that one on the back burner a little bit, keep it in a maintenance level, and really focus my energy and attention on some other ones that really need it and really need that driving motivational force behind them. So that's how I look at it, and I would encourage you guys to maybe break it down the same way, maybe break it down differently. You may have you may attribute more value to things than I do or less than I do. So look at the things that you are great at. Look at the things that you have achieved success that other people may not. And it's not a comparison thing. It's where have you achieved success in your life that fits your definition of success. And give yourself a pat on the back for that because that is not easy. It's making money is actually pretty easy. And keeping relationships and things like that are not. So if you are one of those people, like, you are miles ahead of a lot of people in this world. And that is how I am going to move forward into 2017, looking at where I'm going to improve, setting my goals. Again, not just right now for once for the entire year, but as I move forward throughout this year. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy New Year, and I wish you the best in 2017. I hope you reflect on 2016 with a smile and move forward into this new year being the best version of you that you can be. Bye!